It's Sunday night, and I want to recap the very first book that I finished for 2026. I actually finished this New Year's Day, and it's not a full length book, it's a short story. It was one of my prime reading selections for December. The title is The Last Father Daughter Dance by Lisa Wingate, and it's a sweet little short story about the relationship between a father and a daughter and the way that they navigate things that happen as you age. Um, Looking at my notes. The main characters are Callista, otherwise known as Cal, and her dad, who was a coach. Callista has moved off and she is now successful in business, engaged to her fiance Patrick, and they partner in that business together. And he has let her come back home a little reluctantly because he needs her at the business, but she has come home to help her dad, who is very, very sick. As the short story progresses, we learned that while she and Patrick have a very successful business dynamic and a somewhat successful relationship, the personal aspect is a little missing there. That is highlighted when she meets her old high school friend, also Calhoun, at the airport on her way into town. She's visiting her dad. That meeting proves to be pretty interesting because that connection, as it is reignited after this long period of time, helps her to plan some of the special memories that she has with her dad over the next few weeks. She and her dad go back to the farmhouse, his favorite place that they lived when she was growing up, and his hometown. And there at that farmhouse, they try to live out the four seasons in a very short amount of time because her dad, his health is failing. As a culminating event for that, they plan a father-daughter dance. And there is this big moment that I'm not going to tell you about that happens at the end of the story whenever the doors open and you have what is a really nice, sweet ending. And that is sort of the theme for this short story. It is a nice, sweet story. If you were looking for something light and with a decent ending that doesn't necessarily tie up all the ends, because it does just kind of end after this sweet moment. You don't know the fate of the characters, but you can imagine that the fate is going to be pretty sweet as well. So if you're looking for a nice, sweet short story that is a quick read and a great way to kickstart your 2026 reading, check out The Last Father-Daughter Dance by Lisa Wingate. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because it is a sweet book, and that is typically not what I like to read. It's also a little simplistic in its plotting. That said, I liked it, so 3 out of 5. Thanks.